I've been with the company for 30 years. When I started, we had about 200 people and 2 locations, and we're over 2,300 employees now. It's an amazing company. As we've grown, it's become really apparent that we need everybody to be engaged. We need everybody to know what their roles and responsibilities are, how they're doing in those jobs, and then how does that job correlate with the objectives and the goals of the company. We got a lot of feedback from employees that they want to know how they're doing. They want more of this interactive conversation with their managers. They want to know what the direction of the company is, what the goals of the company. We've entitled the performance management process My Framework. When we think of My Framework, we want to think of how we build a house. So we have a foundation, and the key on this framework for the foundation is that open conversation with the employee and the manager. So that's a solid foundation, and once that foundation is built and really put in place, just like a house, the next step is we can build the walls and roof on top of that. There are 4 main components to My Framework process, and we like to call these the 4 C's. The first is contribution. This involves working with your manager to set agreed upon goals that support our business objectives and clarify expectations. Second, connections. This is about how you treat and collaborate with others as you work towards your goals. Third, capabilities. This part focuses on creating a development plan for you to grow in your current role and work towards your career aspirations. And the final C is career. This part focuses on identifying what you would like to do in the long term.
When you first hear performance management, you think, okay, they want to evaluate us in some way. And what does that mean? That's kind of scary when you first hear about it. After going through some of the processes, that's sort of alarming side, it's definitely went away.
You can put on paper those things that you think are good for you or good for your career that can open opportunities for you. Then it gives you a chance to talk with your manager, make sure you're both on the same page.
Going through the process, it became apparent early on that it wouldn't just be a bunch of one-way conversations. My manager just didn't sit me down and say, okay, here are your goals and this is what you need to work on. Instead, it required more of a collaborative effort, and going through the training and the steps together, it really helped to bring on some insightful discussions between managers and their direct reports.
Employees are Simpson's main asset. It's what differentiates us from our competitors. And if our employees are engaged in the work that they're doing, the company is engaged and the company will grow. Everybody's role is important, and they need to know how important that role is, and they need to know how that role ties to the company objectives and how the company is going to grow. And if you can get engaged in that, this company will do great things.